Alright, response video to a couple of statements, or partial videos anyway, by Matt. Just so depressing.
So if you take Darwin's theory of natural selection seriously as, well, not only seriously, but as the only mechanism guiding the whole of the evolution of the biosphere, then consciousness shouldn't even exist, because there's no way for it to be selected for. If the organism is determined by its environment, what need would it have of conscious awareness, of experience?
Yeah, right. So desire, the manifestation of desire in a brain, is not somehow an evolutionary advantageous development. I mean, how can you spout this stuff with such arrogance? There is nothing inconsistent with the idea that the biological evolution would create a manifestation, okay, that had no use, but that had a element that was useful. Okay, so I mean, the idea that, yes, okay, per se, the idea of consciousness, like contemplating birds, maybe that has no value as an awareness thing, and you're just an awareness. But the idea of having a reasoning mind, one that can develop a model of the world and learn to interact with it more efficiently, wouldn't be advantageous, is idiotic. The idea that an organism that develops a sensation capacity, a capacity to feel, would not somehow have an advantage in the world, because now it could know which behaviors it could learn, which behaviors are good and which behaviors are bad, or more conducive to its welfare. I mean, it even has a welfare now, because now it can be harmed. So now it will prevent itself from getting killed, because it will be harmed before it dies, and it will avoid the harm. I mean, how much did you give it this much thought? How much thought do you give this crap that you just spew as if it is some sort of, oh yeah, it's preposterous to think that natural selection could create consciousness? I mean, where did you develop this nonsense from? You read a book that was written by somebody 500 years ago, and you think that because they couldn't understand consciousness, we can't understand it? I mean, come on. Damn, this is just bullshit. Pulled right out of your motherfucking ass like it's some sort of authoritative conundrum, and it's nothing. It's nothing. This is vapor you're talking about. You have there's no logic you can defend any of this with.
There would be no way, no reason that we shouldn't just be zombies or machines. And yet we're not. So somehow the government...
Well, yeah, we are just machines, Matt. There's absolutely no evidence that we have anything called free will. We have to be programmed. It takes years for us to be programmed. All right? It's obvious that we have to be. All right? Why wouldn't we be born like a turtle, already programmed, already knowing exactly what we're fucking supposed to do? Because we need to learn. We need to be taught by our civilization and by our parents and by our group, or by whatever the environment we're born into, how to best and most effectively interact in that environment. All right? So it takes time to program us, but it is programming, Matt. There is no free anything, and you know it. And this is just bullshit.
In theory of natural selection must be part of the picture, but leaving out an essential element.
A part of the picture? What is that part crap? No, it is the fucking picture. There's no anything other than natural selection. There is no supernatural selection. There is no ultra-natural. There's no mega-natural. There's no other fucking natural but natural selection, okay? And it's a biological process based on two components of reproduction and consumption. That's it. There's nothing else to this fucking game, all right? And there's nothing I defy you. Come up with it. Point it out. Point to some piece of evidence that makes any of this crap you're speaking make any sense at all. That any atomic particle is running around behaving on its own by some other will, that it wills to get somewhere, that it wills to become a more complicated compound, and the more complicated compound wills itself into some environment where it can become more complicated. I mean, you know that's all that's here. That's all that this is. Evolution is just the complication, okay? It is matter becoming more and more complicated, more and more sophisticated, because over time there's more and more interactions, and with every interaction there's a new possibility, all right? And that's all it is, all right? It's perfectly logical and reasonable to sit there and understand each and every fucking step of this development. There's no magic unicorns. There's no finger of God in any of this shit.
Such that the planet can be restored to its former biological glories.
Yeah, right there. See, I mean, that's your verbiage, okay? You're talking about this movie. I'm going to cut out the extra we don't need. All right, so you're talking about this new movie, and, you know, the day the Earth stood still, and so they've changed the plot. So instead of us being a threat to some alien force, I mean, some alien existence because of our nuclear weapons and whatnot, the plot has changed now that we're a threat to the natural system and the poor, horrible species that are eating each other. We're somehow a horrible threat because we're interrupting the carnage that goes on in nature. We're interrupting the polio and the rest of this you know, bullshit. I mean, yeah, so why didn't they come down? You know, well, this sounds like a brilliant movie. I mean, why didn't the aliens come down their orbs when the fucking Tyrannosauruses were going extinct? Okay, don't they think they're pristine and beautiful and graceful and magnificent? I mean, why did they let the poor Tyrannosaurus go extinct? I mean, what a pile of crap. I mean, if that's the premise of this movie, is more babble from your generation, I guess. This new god you have to keep inventing. And now it's the god nature. Yes, the wonderful, graceful, and beautiful nature. Right, that rips the skin off each other's nature. This is just disgusting bullshit. There's no, give me the argument, make the fucking argument demonstrating how there's anything wise or intelligent in the design of nature.
About ourselves at the moment. We're not quite sure who we really are. Angels or demons, or even just plain animals. But we're obviously more than animals. We're either angels or demons, because if we are just animals, we're a virus. We're an invasive species which is eating everything.
Yeah, whatever. We're successful. Exactly. You know, that's what successful organisms do. Okay? And, yeah, we know why, okay? Because we've gained these tools, okay? This intelligence that we acquired 70,000 years ago that we have learned how to develop into something, all right? Over time, we learned to do it. It didn't will it. It didn't magically arise, okay? It was meticulous experimentation, all right, to develop an understanding, and that's how it happened. There was nothing magic in it. No fucking wills. No fucking free anything, okay? None of it was free. Human beings had to do work to acquire knowledge. And unfortunately, we have more knowledge of how to do things than knowledge of why to do them. Okay? Because we're still be driven by the natural desire, the thing that the DNA molecule put inside of us. All right, this stupid motivation force, okay, that only had two objectives, consumption and reproduction. That was the end goal, okay? And so, yes, we've accidentally acquired a little bit too much capacity, and now we're capable of turning the Earth into shit. But the same would be true of any other organism if it acquired our fucking technology.
But we're also angelic. We've also done some astonishing things. And, you know...
Oh, we have? Yeah, what? A tiny minority of human beings have risen above their selfish desire to become more than that.
As many evil dictators as there have been, there have been just as many saints and Buddhas.
Yeah, right. You had to throw in the Buddha crap. What have the Buddhas done, Matt? Besides walk around in unison around their perfectly pristine temples, what the fuck have they done in the world? Not a motherfucking thing. They have no survival strategy.